Turkey was sweating on the fitness of their record goal scorer Hakan Suka, who has a knee problem, but he's fit to take his place in a lineup that shows 3 changes from the side beaten 2-0 in April. Out go Ergun, Baştürk and İlhan Manzis, replaced by Ibrahim, Sergen and Hakan Suka, who only figured in the away game as a substitute. Turkey are expected to play 4-4-2 with Hakan Suka and the Real Sociedad striker Nihat up front and the dangerous Sergen just behind them. He's the player who recently scored twice to help his club Besiktas win at Chelsea in the Champions League. No surprises in the England lineup. Michael Owen injured, of course, and Rio Ferdinand unavailable for selection. So this is the team that everyone expected. Sven-Göran Eriksson has his first choice midfield. Defensive stability in Gerrard and Butt. Attacking strength in Beckham and Scholes. Variation on 4-4-2 for England. And they also have the option tonight of playing Emil Heskey as a lone striker, with Scholes and Wayne Rooney slotting in just behind the Liverpool man. And England's preparations as the world's #1 referee Pierluigi Collina of Italy prepares to get us underway. England's preparations hampered by the very public split between the players and the FA following the controversial decision to omit Manchester United's Rio Ferdinand from the squad, pending the outcome of a drug testing case that he's involved in. In fact, at one stage, rumours that England's players would even go on strike and refuse to play in this match. The squabbling won't have helped their cause. First ball back by Fatih, the right back, in a conventional back four for Turkey, who play all in red. And goalkeeper Rüştü's early clearance picked off by England in the middle of the field. Turkey, who finished third, of course, in the World Cup finals only last summer, beaten by Brazil, the eventual champions, and one of the most improved teams in world football in recent years, as Rooney wins the first throw for England. The build-up to tonight's game suggests this could also be a bad-tempered and potentially volatile encounter, although the security surrounding the match has been intense. Gary Neville of Manchester United with a long throw for England, looking for Heskey, and there was a push there, I think. Doesn't matter anyway because the ball has gone out of play. Scholes for England. Back to Nicky Butt. Good ball out. Finds David Beckham. Excellent football here. Scholes helping it on towards Rooney. He's got a lot of chasing to do to reach that. He did his best, though. I think his best was quite good enough because I'm sure the ball had gone over the line. The referee has allowed play to go on. No signal from his linesman. And he'll have it back with Steven Gerrard. Oh, that's a good ball. Heskey in the middle here. Disappointing cross, but encouraging early signs, I think, for England. They seem to have settled very well, even though Rooney got that cross wrong. Certainly onside. 10th meeting between the two nations. England have won 8, just 1 draw in a European Championship match 16 years ago. And Turkey, as I mentioned, have never even scored in the previous 9 internationals. England, 31 goals, including those 2 8-0 wins in the mid-1980s. They've also beaten Turkey 5-0 and 4-0 over the years. But significantly, the scoreline's been much closer in recent times. Oh, he very nearly slid out of the area there, David James. He had to go for it, of course, with Nihat chasing. Given away by Scholes. Nicky Butt has it back for England. And now finding David Beckham, and a star, of course, at Real Madrid, as Heskey finds himself offside. Heskey might not have made the lineup tonight had his teammate Michael Owen not been injured. Alpay with a good ball out to the left. They've got possibilities here as Ibrahim is on the ball. Picks out Hakan Suka. Good layoff by him. A bit of confusion as Okan gets in the way of his own player, Sergen. They kept possession cleverly. Ibrahim's cross. Easy for David James. sure Steven Gerrard appreciated the quick throw out there, putting England under pressure. Beckham. Poor ball. Easily won back by Bülent. Ibrahim giving it the touch to goalkeeper Rustu. Sven-Göran Eriksson has had 8 successive wins as England manager. It's a record for the post. Just 1 defeat in 18 competitive matches, and that was against Brazil in the World Cup quarter-final. In fact, Eriksson has never lost an away game since he took over as England manager. A remarkable record. And of course, one that if he continues it here tonight, we'll see England through to the finals. David Beckham. Straight against Tugay. Play by Emre in midfield. Now Sergen. Sergen onto it again. Good challenge by Campbell, and it had to be. This is Gerrard. The range of his passing, an important part of England's game tonight, although he got that one wrong. Trying to pick out clubmate Heskey. England have managed to score 2 goals in every one of their 7 qualifying ties in this group. They've only let in 5, but Turkey, in fact, have scored even more, 17 goals to England's 14, and they've conceded exactly the same number. Sergen finding his Besiktas teammate Ibrahim. Good turn in midfield by Emre, but then it fizzles out to nothing for Turkey. One of several players who play their club football outside of Turkey. He's with Inter Milan. Gerrard fails to win it back in midfield. Cover in the shape of John Terry. And the opening quarter of an hour here in Istanbul has been fairly uneventful, in the sense of goal opportunities or indeed anything controversial. As Heskey wins possession and finds David Beckham. You get another corner. Ball deflected off Bülent, or has the referee signalled for a throw? That's what Bülent's trying to claim. He might be right, actually. Just went the wrong side of the line as far as England were concerned, but Gary Neville can almost turn this into a corner if he goes for the long one. He's gone short to Beckham. Now opens it up for the left-footed cross, which is a good one on Scholes' header. First real glimmer of an opening for either side here, coming in the 17th minute. And Paul Scholes, who has gone 23 internationals for England since he last scored, came close. For Sol Campbell at the other end. Heskey. Ball bouncing around kindly as Sergen feeds it in. Quick turn by Nihat. Ibrahim overlapping down the left. It's good football. Sergen knocking it through. And a fine effort. David James made a comfortable save. It was rather more comfortable than the crowd's reaction would suggest from Nihat's shot. Didn't really catch it properly, although it was a clever attempt by the man who plays in the highly rated Spanish league with Real Sociedad. Heskey battling for possession here with Bülent, and the free kick's gone against him. This is Tugay. Now Emre. Look at Nihat's effort. Ball clearance by David James. Ashley Cole under a lot of pressure. And a quick throw in has got England on the back foot here. Nihat, Hakan Suker tries to set it up for Emre. And England almost in trouble. And it all came really from David James' loose clearance. Turkish director obviously very impressed by that earlier effort from Nihat. Hakan Suker laying it on moments later. and almost found themselves in trouble. Free kick has gone against Emil Heskey. Offside. England have won in Slovakia, Liechtenstein and Macedonia in this group. And as I mentioned, Sven-Göran Eriksson has a 100% away record in European Championship and World Cup qualifiers. 6 wins out of 6 on the road. And a good ball for Nihat. He almost got away from John Terry then. Sliding tackle by Gary Neville. You can really sense the anticipation from the crowd whenever they get near the England penalty box. Ibrahim. Clever. And it was a decent cross as well that had England in 2 minds. And after a rather anxious opening, Turkey is settling well here. Just coming up to 20 minutes on the watch. And they've had a good 10 minutes, but having said that, they've given the ball away carelessly, and a long ball picks out Wayne Rooney. Chance for Rooney. He's beaten the goalkeeper, but onto the roof of the net. Wonderful early ball from David Beckham, and Wayne Rooney acknowledges that fact. And England's youngest ever international and youngest ever international goal scorer could well have given his country the lead there. A terrible ball by Alpay as he slipped trying to play it out. Then a wonderful pass by Beckham. Instant control from Rooney, although the ball did rear up. And he only had one option, and that really was to lob it over the out-rushing goalkeeper Rushtu, who did very well and made life very hard for Rooney. Had he stayed closer to his line, it would have been an easier opportunity. Akansuka. Ball a little too long, but they're winning a lot of challenges now in the middle of the field, Turkey. Okan. Emre. Good effort! And David James at full stretch to turn it over from the smallest player on the field, but certainly one of the most talented. The Inter Milan player just had enough room to size up his options, and the option he chose was a very good one. A left foot shot, stinging the fingertips of the England keeper. He changes the play. It wasn't the best ball. Batty and Alpay. Once again, Alpay has got his team in trouble here. Wayne Rooney onto Beckham. And here's Heskey, and Rooney's there as well, but mishit the shot, and Steven Gerrard screaming at his pal and teammate. He should have played the ball onto him. Poor effort really by Rooney, who scored twice in his 7 internationals so far. Totally miskicked that. Get a free kick at the other end. England, by the way, have made a habit over the years of leaving it late to qualify in the big tournaments. It's happened no fewer than 7 times before in European Championships or World Cups, and they have scraped through 6 times out of 7. Don't score, they don't go through. It's quite simple. Emre. This is Sergen. Call to the side tonight. Oh, David James made a complete mess of the clearance. And it's come back to Sergen. Couldn't make anything of the gift. Steven Gerrard with a long ball. Good one as well. Rooney taking on Boulet. And he's left him on his backside. Good play by Wayne Rooney. In the end, he overran things. Tugay. A layoff by Sergen. This is Okan. Sergen, Okan. Away to David Beckham. Skipper winning his 64th cap. for his country tonight. He was cautioned when the teams met in April in England, involved in a few scuffles towards the end. Here's Gerrard for England. Opened it up brilliantly, and it's a penalty. Gerrard goes down, and the referee had not a moment's hesitation in pointing to the spot. Steven Gerrard, with a determined run, receives the congratulations of his teammates. His job has been done, and presumably David Beckham's is about to come up now, because he is England's first choice penalty taker. It was a silly challenge. Guy couldn't believe it when he looked at the referee. You can tell from the players' reactions, and he knew he was in trouble there. And how ironic that the man based in the English Premier League should give England such a golden opportunity. And it's the golden boy, David Beckham, who takes it. Oh my word! That might be the worst penalty miss in international history. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he lost his footing as he took it, but it went high into the top tier of the stand. And David Beckham, who, as I said, was involved in those incidents with the Turkish players when the teams met up in Sunderland in April, has produced the most embarrassing penalty kick imaginable. Trusted from 12 yards out, has made the most astonishing gaffe I think I've ever seen in a match of this stature. He didn't just miss it. It'll go down in the annals, I think, as one of the worst penalties you've ever seen at this level. Let's look at it again. Yeah, his standing foot just slid underneath him, with the result that his kicking foot scooped it high into the stand. And the Turkish players were not slow to make a meal of that situation. England have scorned a gift. And how serious will that miss prove to be here? Well, David Beckham's goals have got England off the hook so often, of course. And look at that, Alpay having a go at him now. I really think that's unforgivable. Bad enough as it was, David Beckham, but he didn't taunt him at that moment. Really, if the referee had been seeing that incident, he surely would have cautioned Alpay. Unacceptable gamesmanship, that. But it doesn't alter the fact that England have missed a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to not exactly silence this crowd, sway the game in their own favour. Incidentally, 11 of the 13 goals that David Beckham has scored for England have been from either penalty kicks or free kicks. Incredible ratio of success from dead ball situations. But it's the one he has just missed that will always be remembered, I suspect. He'd scored 9 out of 9 penalties for England before tonight. Would have feared the worst, and certainly at that stage didn't make any great movement forward. That's why the linesman gave the thumbs up to the referee to say there was no need for a retake. Here's Rooney. And Scholes arrives! Well, was it going to be one of those nights for England? Because you would have put money as well on Paul Scholes finding the net from there. Clever little ball. Rooney just let it run across his body, and Scholes from that range, normally so deadly. Turkey have ridden their luck in the last few minutes here. Tugay, very grateful man to see that penalty go high over the crossbar. Back to his cross, dangerous. Hakan Suker gets there! Well, the whole crowd were on their feet at that moment, expecting a goal. And David James, not for the first time in the half, you have to say, got down to make the save from Sergen. It was floated towards Suker, I'm sure, but went beyond him, and Sergen's downward header. He did everything right, really, but so too did David James. Just wonder, had that opportunity fallen the way of Hakan Suker, whether he might have made more of it, but we'll never know. Okan. Good football. Nihat's cross deflected away. We're in the final minute of the half, and Turkey are turning up the heat on England. Okan. Kept in by Nihat. Danger for England here, and David James has made another fine stop. 3 or 4 times in this first half, the goalkeeper has come to England's rescue. Clever play between Okan and Nihat. England slow to respond to the danger, except for David James. Would have been an own goal of Campbell. The England players thought that was going out, and David James has made a real mess of the attempt to fist the ball away. Somewhat typical of David James's career, that. At one moment a very good reaction save, and at the next moment he made a mess of a more routine stop as Emre takes Turkey forward. Good ball into the box. Hakan Suker can't get there. England can't get it clear. They have now. Just a minute of added time. The excitement building as half-time approaches here in Istanbul in the Sakru Sarakoglu Stadium. Gerrard bypasses Scholes to pick out Gary Neville. It goes early towards Heskey, one back by Alpay. This was the corner. David James came charging out, completely missed his attempt to fist the ball clear. This could be the last attack of the half as Sergen keeps going and was felled by Nicky Butt. That was a very silly challenge, really, by the Manchester United player in such a dangerous position. And is the half about to end on a disastrous note here for England? Well, I've got 1 or 2 players who will fancy a crack at this. Turkey, Sergen himself, and David James will have to be on his toes again here as the England players organise the wall in front of him. Deep into stoppage time, England facing the real threat to their goal here. And Gunesh, the coach, will have rehearsed on the training field this particular set piece so many times. And Sergen delivers and doesn't get it right. A let-off for England right at the end of the first half. And with that, referee Kalina brings the first 45 minutes to a close here in Istanbul. As you would imagine, a very eventful and exciting first half. The talking point, the missed penalty by David Beckham after Steven Gerrard had been felled by Tugay with a fine run into the Turkish penalty area. But Turkey had their moments as well, and there's no doubt that David James was the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. Still all to play for here. A draw will be enough for England, but Turkey will feel they can go on and win this in the second half. At half-time, it's 0-0. Five minutes stands between either of these countries and a place in next summer's European Championship finals in Portugal. The difference is that a draw is enough for the team in white. The team in red have to score a goal, at least one. England straight onto the attack with Wayne Rooney. Well, he's had a disappointing night. Sometimes we do expect an awful lot of this young lad. He was only at school, of course, about 18 months ago, and here he is in this volatile atmosphere, expected to do the best for his country. We'll certainly miss Michael Owen up front tonight, I think. Sergen's layoff. to Ibrahim. And here's Emre, dangerous little player that England have got to keep tabs on in this second half. He gave them quite a few problems in the first. England's only previous visit to Istanbul, incidentally, was 19 years ago. And that time they won by 8-0 with a hat-trick by Brian Robson. Later, of course, to become a great star for Manchester United and captain for England. England have won 3 of their 4 visits to this country and drawn on the other occasion. Bülent for Turkey. Ibrahim. Kept by Tugay. Back to Alpay. Sloppy layoff then from number 11, Sergen. Gives it to Gerrard. Now Scholes for England, who missed one of several excellent opportunities that England created in the first 45 minutes. Cruz for David Beckham from the home fans. The long ball for Heskey. He's up against Bülent here. And he's lost him temporarily. Did well there, Heskey, but in the end has given it away to Okan. Forward to Nihat. Clever little ball from him, back to Okan. England sliced open for the moment here. Hakan Şükür on the far post wanting the cross. It went in near post to Okan. And in the end, England survived. Scary moment. Yellow card yet. Okay. The overlapping Fatih. Okan finds Emre. Danger for England here. Ibrahim on the overlap. Did well to make the cross. Put it clear by Terry. Beckham. Rooney. And he wins the free kick. Double challenge by Bülent and Emre. Has rejoined the action for England, having been treated for that knee problem. England, by the way, have never won a European Championship in their history. They've twice been semi-finalists, 1968 and again in 1996 in their own backyard. Never champions of Europe. Good football here from Turkey. Emre. Blocked by Neville. And Scholes just caught Okan as he played the ball away. It's gone on to Hakan Şükür. It goes down. Sol Campbell clearly convinced that he made a near-the-back challenge. It looks as though the referee is in agreement. Interesting to see this one again. And the referee and Sol Campbell were quite right. Blatant gamesmanship here. Hakan Şükür taking a dive and really deserved to be cautioned for that. And here's Beckham. And still, and it blocks for Rooney and Beckham again. Well, suddenly a chance opened up out of absolutely nothing for England here. And they've got a free kick foul on John Terry. The deflections, and the ball fell kindly for England, but Beckham couldn't make anything of it. Good defending by Fatih. I think that's a yellow card there, the first one of the match. Whether he has retrospectively shown the yellow card to Hakan Şükür for diving, or whether it was something he subsequently said. And incidentally, one or two members of the England official party have got a complaint out to the referee and security officials that bottles have been thrown on the pitch in the direction of England players. There's been a lot of trouble in high-profile football matches in Turkey over the years. Same goes for England, of course, and both nations have been fined by UEFA in recent times. Free kick to Turkey. Alpay's come forward, John Terry keeping an eye on him as Sergen's shot is blocked. Well, they're claiming a corner, and they're right. Misunderstanding there. I think the England players thought that it would come directly from Sergen. It's confirmation, incidentally, that Hakan Şükür did become the first player cautioned just a moment ago. Did come off Scholes, and Gerrard was letting it go. Long-range effort by Nihat was well off target, or Sergen rather. Goal. England have almost successfully negotiated the first hour of this contest with a scoreline that's in their favour. Fatih with the cross. And Campbell with a header away. It was a nervous sort of header, as I'm sure if his goalkeeper had warned him there was no immediate threat. He's given away a corner that England really did not need to give away. Emre will take it for Turkey. David James with a good safe catch. That's more like it. Terrific throw as well by the England keeper to Gerrard. Such a good throw that he's hardly got any support up there. And he's lost possession anyway to Fatih. Clever ball by the right back. Tuncay, a substitute, just come on the field. First time on the ball. Scholes tries to win it back. Tuncay's there again. Plenty for the cross, but it's gone instead to Nihat. And David James didn't know where it had gone, and Emre goes piling in. In the end, England are relieved to get away with that moment of panic, and that's what it was. Anything could have happened here. The ball went off David James' arm, and that challenge, I have to say, by Gary Neville was a risky one indeed. It could have easily led to a penalty kick. Have a look at it again. A wild swipe towards the ball as Emre was waiting to hit it. And England may be a little fortunate there that the referee didn't award a penalty against them. Heskey sent forward by Scholes for Rooney to chase. Did well, Rooney. Beckham easily brushed aside. I don't know whether the situation's got to him a little bit, David Beckham, but he's been, till that moment, ineffective in the second half. He's done well here. Good ball for Rooney. That's a goal kick. Well, I'm sure this game will get even more exciting as it wears on, because of course the situation for Turkey as they make another change here is that they have got to go for broke, and accordingly they've brought on İlhan Manzis, an out-and-out attacking player, and he has replaced the more defensively minded Okan in midfield. İlhan Manzis, who plays for Besiktas, and he is known as the David Beckham, if you like, of Turkish football. He's got a bit of a pop star reputation. Campbell beats him to the first header, and Darius Vassell has come on for England as well. as it's played back by Ibrahim. Vassell replacing Emil Heskey. So both teams bringing on a different sort of attacking player now. Vassell did very well, by the way, when the teams met at Sunderland in April as a late substitute that night. And here he is again, trying to make a nuisance of himself. Actually scored a goal for England that night and generally bothered the Turkish defenders. So Sven-Göran Eriksson will be hoping he can do the same again here. 3/4 of the way through a match that Turkey have to win. A draw, obviously a defeat, and they will go into the playoffs. Fatih, the return ball from Nihat. And Fatih's done well. And a useful cross to the far post. Hakan Suka's header! Normally so lethal in those situations, Hakan Suka. Just came off the England man Terry, I think. Yep, corner. England takes the kick, not the best, easily cleared by David Beckham. Again towards the England penalty area. Hakan Suka's remained forward. Ibrahim. Rushdu has had little to do in this second half. Good long ball. Hakan Suka wins the header. And the whistle's gone. Free kick to England. John Terry in a bit of trouble. Second England central defender injured in a matter of minutes. The scalp of England still means a lot in world football, and they have never in their entire history beaten England, or remember, even scored a goal against them. So again, had his chances in the first half. From a free kick just before half-time. As Gerrard picks out Darius Vassell. Danger here for Turkey. He tried to place it very deliberately into the corner of the net, but just got his angle wrong. The player who scored 3 goals in his first 5 internationals, the Aston Villa man. Hasn't quite maintained that sort of ratio since. A good player to introduce as a substitute at this stage of the game. This was always a very difficult game to predict, and now as we move into the final 13 minutes, it's even more so, because Turkey, I reiterate, have got to force it now. There's no good them saying let's stay patient, because the time for patience is rapidly running out. They've got to move up a gear, and they've just got to keep doing what they have been doing. On a throw for England. And they'll be in no great hurry to take it. Vassell, back to Gerrard. Dyer. Little period of keep ball for England. Ashley Cole. Gerrard stabs it through to Dyer. Beckham in a good position. David Beckham! But he's been ruled out. England thought they got the winner then. Great build-up play, but that ball finding Dyer in an offside position. And Emre has been replaced in the meantime by Ergun, the Galatasaray midfield player. by Vassell. Dyer will keep pursuing that, but has to give up now. Alpay. Akansuka beaten to it by Campbell. And then Nicky Butt went in with his foot rather high. What an introduction for the substitute Ergun. Literally just come on the field, and the first thing that happens is that he gets Nicky Butt's boot very firmly in his midriff, and he becomes the latest player to be cautioned. So it was a dangerously high challenge. And apart from the yellow card, it's put England on the back foot here from the resulting free kick. Two guys slips it in, an interesting one. Not a very successful one. Dyer keeps pursuing this, and the goalkeeper's taken an enormous risk coming out that far now. It's a big decision for the referee here. Is that seen as preventing a goal-scoring opportunity? If so, he could be red-carded. Well, I must say, the challenge by Rushdu was crazy. For a start, what was he doing so far from his goal? And his boot was that high that, for me, that was arguably a sending off offence. He's got away with a yellow card. That is a dangerous challenge. What the referee had to decide was whether it was in its own right. Well, there were a couple of options he would have had for showing a red card there, Kalina. Was he preventing a goal-scoring opportunity because he was the last man? Was it dangerous, sufficiently dangerous, to merit a red card anyway? I think Rushdu's a very, very lucky man to still be on the field. I really think, as he goes in again and gets away with it, that he could have easily been dismissed. What an interesting twist that would have provided. 8 minutes to go. They've got to go hunting for this elusive goal now, Turkey. They've got to start taking chances. Ilhan Manziz. They've got to stay solid and disciplined. Ergun. Ibrahim. Clearance by Neville. Ergun loses out to Paul Scholes. It has been a very disciplined performance by England. Is not complete yet, the job. Two-guy. Clever ball for Ergun. Ball cross. Straight at Gary Neville. Sale doing his best to make life difficult for the Turkish defence, and he's done that splendidly. He'll take on Alpay here. Alpay just got a foot there. That's a corner. And that's excellent work by Darius Vassell. Given his defenders a breather apart from anything else. 7 minutes to go in Istanbul. Turkey 0, England 0. There is no change in the scoreline. England are in the finals of the European Championships next summer. Turkey are in the playoffs. Well, they'll settle in this scoreline, that's for sure. In the end, they've come here and put in a very professional performance thus far. Solid and disciplined. There haven't been too many threats, particularly in this second half, on the England goal. Concentration at the highest order now. One error would be fatal at this point. John Terry's header clear. Two-guy. Gets it back again, the Blackburn Rovers player. Fatih. Just chucked forward. And Punjai, the substitute, with an excellent effort. It was close. Tunjai, the Fenerbahce player. Took that down beautifully, swiveled and hit it all in one movement. Ibrahim to Alpay. That's a poor ball. And we now move into the final minute. Looks as though Fatih's picked up an injury as well, but I'm pretty certain they have used all their 3 substitutes, so he's got to stay on anyway now. Hoping for a free kick there, but not getting it. Gerrard wins it back anyway, and then wins a throw. And then edging towards the result, or one of the results that they came here to achieve. A win would have been great. A draw will be enough. And it now looks as though only stoppage time will prevent Sven-Göran Eriksson from continuing his remarkable record of never having lost an away game. England have one more substitute they can use, and they're going to. Paul Scholes is about to be replaced by Chelsea's Frank Lampard. Done a good job as usual. Paul Scholes had that first half opportunity, which he missed, of course. But other than that, has done his job extremely well. We'll have to hurry off the field, otherwise the referee will be intervening. It's just been indicated that there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time, so perhaps that's not what England wanted to hear. Tunjai. Brave header away by Neville. Now Tugai. Ashley Cole with a simple clearance. Gerrard helps it forward. Now Dyer will need his running now. He's going to go straight for the heart of the Turkish defence, and he's done very well here. Just about kept it in play and turned a good ball back. Beckham. David Beckham for England, just over the bar. It's been a very difficult night for the England captain and the entire England team in a stadium in which there's not a single English football supporter, of course. Poor ball by Ergun, headed away easily, and Lampard gets his first touch. And knocks it long for Vassell. The goalkeeper's had to come out a long way again. Vassell just caught him. No free kick. A couple of minutes of stoppage time has already been used up here. It's gone out of play. So theoretically, just a couple of minutes remaining for England to hold on to this 0-0 scoreline. Is there to be a late dramatic twist here in Istanbul? Kansuka fails to win the header. Terry and Lampard, the two Chelsea players, combined to get it clear. Ergun's challenge on David Beckham, and England get a free kick, just what they needed at that moment, I suspect. In fact, when you look at that again, Beckham put his arm right across the Turkish player. He was a bit lucky to get that. Phil Neville and the other members of the England party, playing or otherwise, victory is nigh. Maybe not in the match, but in the group, and that's all that matters. They're now maybe 60 seconds away from qualifying automatically for the European Championship finals, unless Turkey can pull something dramatically out of the bag here. This could be their final attack. He keeps going. England slam the door shut again. And Dyer's energy has been an important part of England's play since he came on. By my watch, there's less than 30 seconds to go. Rooney and Heskey already beginning to celebrate, but they better hang on. It is not over yet. Long-range effort could well have brought about the drama that this entire crowd here was hoping for. Nihat shot, well, no more than a foot away from the angle of crossbar and upright. What a finish that might have been. That, I think, will be that. I would imagine the whistle will go any second now. And there it is. And England have done it. England have qualified for the European Championship finals. And Turkey must face the agony of 2 playoff matches. Celebrations for the England camp, and celebrations that are thoroughly deserved. And of course, that's going to inflame the atmosphere here even more than it was to begin with. They would be well advised, I think, to get back into the dressing rooms to continue those celebrations. It's been a good night for English football. It could have been an even better night if Beckham's penalty had found the net in the first half. It didn't, but against the odds here and against a very volatile and passionate crowd, and with not a single England player in the stadium, England supporter in the stadium, England have hung on for the result they needed. It's Turkey 0, England 0 in Istanbul. England qualify for next summer's finals.